A lot of heavy lifting as the wall goes down. Spots Lean come over, tagged up, marked by the Prowler. Lean uses the fault line to go for the peak, absolutely immaculate, heads on back, and that's the site clear. Ness already filled in the gap there. Spike goes down, and Sarah's holding for this, but it's a double push up from Rebs. She doesn't see the second player, more crucially though, and look at this from Lean. Lovely headshot, does get traded there by Flux, who has the high ground. Aftershock coming on through is going to hold Rescue from having a look at this. Flash as well. It's just so much stall potential. Paranoia goes out, and everywhere they look, they're getting blinded. Jolina spraying away, can't quite find the finishing blow there. Grams finds the pick. Rescue gets one, but now the heroics have to continue. Defuse is getting stuck round the corner. Knows where the last is, but Leteo comes on.
In terms of what they can deal with.
Not very much indeed. Sarah around the corner. The saturate to try isolate the fight with Grahams. Isolates the fight, but unfortunately to their demise, the kill. Yeah, it's very much a scorched earth. If we can't win, we're going to make sure that you get as little as possible. Oh, the aftershock is brutal. That's just overkill.
A great combo of util there to do. Especially when you're running these a double controller with the Viper, so you're kind of lacking that Sentinel, and having Viper act as a quasi-Sentinel. That opening picked up from Lean.
Mateo, having a little bit of a watch. Lot of different directions. Head on a swivel, really relying on that smoke coming on through. Up into heaven, takes down Fluxy. Paranoia's ready. That's just going to hold off all of these players. Liza knows that Leteo's up here, has to do something about her, but Leteo's just not going to peek on up. Swings on out as the smoke fades.
I mean, that just makes it so much harder, and you find that extra pick. I mean, and then you do it again.
Well, a lot of information about where they are early, and Rescue making that save. Phantom Sing finds two. Right now, not able to recover the weapons, but I mean, only Ness still here. Graham's the last player, and they know exactly where.
This point, if you're Grams, yeah, it's a tough ask, but you don't have many weapons and you have the economy.
Information play.
SK is ready for that, but unfortunately with that rolling thunder, it's a little hard to deal with, but look at Fluxy's positioning.
Oh, Fluxy could potentially be the ender of everything here. But there is Jolina, holds on, does get instantly traded. Rescue, last player alive. Sarah, low health, has to push through the snake bite. Finds the first, spots the first. Both come off and are ready. If teams know there's a weakness, they're just going to exploit it. Talking of exploiting weaknesses, Lean straight on in. Can't quite find the pick, but able to back away. But look at that, the stun's amazing. Angelina comes on through, finds two. Ready to go for a little bit more. Hungry with that Bucky, finds a third. Lean does eventually get the trade on through.
Rescue is over on that A site. That means they're getting ready for this kind of B mid push.
Sarah. Oh, Jolina knows. Jolina knows.
I mean, they know they're posted up here at B, so even though, yes, it didn't find any of them, it definitely stalled them, and that gives enough time for SK to rotate over.
Connect the shot. Clone goes on out. Doesn't have a gate crash, though, and this is a problem, because there's going to be no way out. The flash to try and cross, and it's managed to be enough of a deterrent to get them to head elsewhere, to keep the attention in mid for...
I think a couple shots were a little bit dicey last time, but able to get out this time. But Lean, not afraid to get in there.
Rescue, amazing pick, and using the dimensional drift mostly is just a repositional tool there. Finds another one. Lisa, everyone's distracted by the nightfall coming on through, able to find more. Rescue another. Not anything. Maybe you use the flash to try and you get a little bit of a window, but dimensional drift's not always going to be available. Nightfall comes on out. Jolina's going to find one. They've all been marked up by this as well. Smoke goes out, but they're not getting greedy for the picks here. All they're doing is holding them off. And Rescue. First point of contact coming on up. They've got the guns ready. Are they going to be expecting the op so close? Now, there's no chance for it to find a second, but still long enough for Fluxy to get into position, try and deny the spike going down. It's not going to happen, but 3 players still on A gives them the numbers advantage in the retake. Nez holding on tight. Viper's pick comes on out. Jelena needs to find this first pick to give them an angle to work back in from. Ropes being heard. Liza's still up top, gets hurt. It's a good trade, but now Sarah, low HP, but has to try weasel out where this last player is coming from. Gonna have a little bit of look round the outside of the smoke. Not gonna see anything. Dips back in, waiting to hear the spike get tapped. Footsteps. Knows that time's starting to run low. There's the cue. It is just being stuck there round the corner. And Sarah...
Would have been enough of a stall, and maybe you could have found another.
My other worry is going to be about... Ooh. I mean, they really went hunting for Sarah. The poor Sarah got chased back into her spawn. My other worry is that the ops often dying in quite advanced... Saturate comes on through just to make sure that they haven't managed to push up that far. And they're really holding them at bay here. They're really hoping that the Teo can find something with this position. And it's going to need to, but it's going to have to be quick because only 13 seconds. They still need to get onto site. They still need to plant. And they've been stalled long enough. Ness is not going to have the time to do this and now doesn't have anywhere to try and escape to either. Has to fight her way. Space, all eyes on sight. And the rotates come over quickly this time.
Talked about that op going down in not optimal places across the map. It's exactly what Sarah was able to do. But the fights over here on B.
Ooh, Teo's managing to keep this competitive. And again, there's going to be an issue with timing. They've just about managed to get it down, but it's not exactly been with a whole load of time to work with. Lean needs to find a pick here. Finds the first, spotted the shoulder the second. The fact that they allow her to escape, Jelena needs to clutch on up here. Knows that Lean probably behind the boxes. Spams away, it's a lot of...
Their entire hold on site is down, and that plant goes down. It's like infinitely harder for SK, yeah, even when they have equal numbers, and they're one
less piece of the puzzle to go and help out on with the retake potentially. Lovely hold there. Lean falls, wall comes up, and that's going to make tower a perilous endeavor if you're trying to take the space like Lateo is. Again, holding them away. TWIS had a lot of ability to stall here. Single-handedly has been so impactful in stopping this. The smoke still descending. Fluxy is able to find a pick. Sarah near-sighted by the paranoia, but Jelena with the Bucky, we've seen her work miracles. She buys enough space. The bait and switch for Toy to fight. Goes out. A little bit of a window of vision there. Haunt goes on through, but the paranoia perfectly timed means that there's going to be limited ability for Jelena to find much information. But they burst onto site. Sarah, the last remaining pillar, as Ness is smoked off. And suddenly, they have got the world at their fingertips. SQ wants to peek on out, hasn't spotted anything yet, but here's the gunfire. Here's the drop down. Lean gets punished, but there it is.
Now, and that'll make execing on site even easier.
Ooh, Sarah, jump spot. Rescue, we talked Ash goes on through. They want to clear out garage. They don't know that it's just rescue here. And able to take down both. Single-handedly clears out half of the map for them.
Just gonna spot out the lurker. Gonna have to figure out if they're hitting here or if it's just one, but now suddenly knows, and with just a classic in hand, it's gonna look to do a little bit of damage, but not gonna find it. Now all down to Lean. Can't do anything. Another 4K.
Bit of a look as the smoke peeks on out. Spots two players. Backside can pull this all on over. The paranoia comes on out, using that as an opportunity to break out of the dimensional drift, but will get punished by Sarah, who has regained vision. Liza gets one, but the kills come flooding in. Lateo goes down though, and suddenly the huge benefit, right, of being the Viper player is you've got something to work with. Smoke fades, and that's going to be an issue because both fights can converge.
We highlighted Lean earlier just because there's somebody who likes to get in there and feast or famine, gets the killer or dies, but
and Rescue's kind of almost lurking to find that opening pick. Is kind of the tip of the spear, but never really where the majority of the teams are looking to breach site. Ooh, Sarah ducking and weaving here. Oh, caught by the tether and taken down by Liza. The drop from the heavens. Lean, ready and waiting. Low health. Hasn't been spotted yet. Spots the gun barrel. Can call this over to Lateo. Give the early warning. Not ready for Liza there. Now Liza knows, but the paranoia is still available. Taps the spike. Has to reload. Duck back on in, but that's given the opportunity to reposition. And now 2 sets of eyes on her. Manages to find Lateo. Doesn't know where the last is. Ness swings.
Defensive setup. I like kind of what I'm seeing from them in terms of the attacking side, but it just seems like TWIS is a little bit faster in terms of their ability to adapt. A really, really good opening pick with that outlaw from Lean and able to get out of there, but woo.
Playing with their food. That was a crazy sequence up there. Runs out of bullets. Oh, look at that. The blind so good. Sarah manages to find 2 there. Flash round the corner. Rescue finds a 3rd.
First pit is there. It's gonna shift the attention over there, and you can have Rescue just kind of come in here. Sees the gun barrel too, but it doesn't matter.
That's a close one, though. If you're Sarah, you're thanking, you're wiping the sweat off. Hungered for it. And they're still wanting to hit this B site. There's no time for a backup plan now, so any stall could be an issue. And Grams, what on earth was that? But we got to get into the next round. And it's just going to be Stingers and Sheriffs to stop Twisted Minds collecting even more rounds for their scoreboard. Lean finds 2, and we talked about the entry potential. We talked about opening these rounds on up in style. Lateo finds 1 herself. There is a pick from Twi there, but it's going to be short-lived. So kind of would shift the round distribution 11-8 a bit further. And here we go, Jolina. Oh, the action, but not clearing Lateo. The jump on out, the shadow step to get out of harm's way. Rescue there to find the equalizing pick. Now Ness spots the Prowler, has to look left, has backup from the teammates. Everyone's on ramp. It's a bit of a party. Sarah, Lateo both find kills of their own. Fluxy just tucks on in. Very few places that she could be left, however. Spike in a difficult to retrieve position, incredibly so. In not even in no man's land, in enemy territory, buried deep. Lateo's holding this, peeks through the smoke. Remaining players, I got 3 of them around the map somewhere. But here we go. Ness jumps on down, Rescue tucked in, takes down Ness. That's the first piece to fall. But immediately the gate crash gets punished. Grahams swings on out to double down here. Fluxy forced out by the aftershock. The Haunt goes forward, clears the space, allowing the push on towards site, towards screen, allowing them to wrap because it's not safe to plant right now. They need a few more picks to give them that safety. Liza could go huge here, but immediately shut down, and that's 3 players. They know that this A site isn't particularly safe. Viper's Pit comes on out to buy them the chance to plant here. And Fluxy playing outside at this smoke is to not put all of the eggs in one basket. Swing on out, takes down the first player. They're going to allow the fights to be isolated. Going to fake the TP elsewhere. Sarah, unconvinced, still holding on through. Gets 1 through the wall. Lean finds 1. Twi speaks on out, but unfortunately gets shut down. And that's going to be it. The map will fall, and Twisted Minds Orchids take their map pick cleanly. Gonna cut off these players. Oh, amazing relay bolt. Wall's gonna come on down. It's chaotic, it's messy. Twi gets the first one. Lean finds instantly a pick on back. Spike goes down, trying to put the cage on over, and the wall comes up to try and collect it. Jolina manages to get in and out, slides back. Still alive, and Sarah goes down. They've managed to buy themselves equal advantage, but Ness round the corner.
You don't have to worry about any smokes you have to clear. You don't have to worry about like retaking through that paranoia, that Viper's Pit. So really good positioning coming out here from SK, but
it's good to have the contingency. It's good that it's not needed, but you like seeing the puzzle pieces put together. And SK with a pistol, they are notoriously good at them. Rescue out in the open, firing away, no scopes with the Marshal do reign supreme. And already managing to push in towards back site there, and ready to meet Lean at the door. A welcoming party just for you. There's the first shot, getting ready as well for Sarah. Finds Sarah as well. this round. It's just how many players they can keep alive here. Everyone just tucked on in. The swing on out. Rescue's good for 4. Hunting for the last there. They've spotted Ness. The call on over. Rescue wants it, and why wouldn't you? You know what? Let it scan me. Let it scan me, she says as she peeks around the corner. Ness to deny the ace, but the round is more than won. And Rescue said, I did loads on the last map, and I'm ready to... 20 HP, by the way.
Up.
Had
That's
20 HP for everything after the first engagement. All you need. The Teo ready. Oh, spots both. Manages to take down both the clone and not even the person that the clone was of. Fluxy catching strays amidst all of this. Teleport on in. Rescue's going to... Now, how they adapt to this is the next matter. Graham's still on site. They've not cleared this on out. Jolina ducking and weaving manages to find one. But Sarah immediately pops back up in the same position.
Spike not down yet. Site not cleared. There's gonna find one, but not another before getting traded out.
Lovely clean on. Almost as a decoy in and of itself, isn't able to confirm the kill there, but just gonna post himself on up in garage. Unfortunately though, a couple of players in its line of sight, in its path. The recon bolt might choose to slow them down for a second. Jolina slides on it. It's super pacey, but it gets traded instantly. However, Liza says absolutely not. Wants to keep a handle on this. Back and forth they go, 2 versus 2. Tap on the spike is going to embolden Grahams to go for this one. Swings on out. The trades are good. And the issue is 14 seconds. Sarah knows that the plant has to come down eventually, but Liza wide.
Relay map is so important. Get as much information as possible, and so when you have that Yoru as an information channel, right, such a huge ultimate, able to spot out exactly where they are on site.
Ooh, Shorty's pushing on in. Rescue trying to hold them off. More smokes come on out just to keep stalling Twisted Minds. Orchids here. Paranoia comes on through, and there's the swing, but both swings get punished. We talked about their ability to isolate fights. There's a little bit of body blocking that worried me for a second, but everyone able to escape with their lives. Only for a second though, because Liza, the individual heroics, another little bit here, this time quieter and no imminent threat to garage. And actually you can see there, Leans knows it's been a bit quiet. They stacked it heavily on account of the fact that it's been a bit of a weakness for them, and there it is, can immediately pivot in towards C. Sorts this one out, and then look, isn't content with what she's done. She's willing to push through mid and stop them before they can rotate anywhere else. Fluxy gonna be the first up to the chopping block. Gun spotted, ready for Jolina's swing as well, but Jolina knows that she's there, and that it is shut down. Trying to clear out Lateo, and the shock dart is good. It gives Jolina the space to push into garage, finds the first pick, knows that there was a second player there as well, so they are just going to go head towards A, I'd assume. No, in towards B, but the issue is Sarah never rotated off of A. She's able to meet them there, and even a single snake bite could be enough to stop them getting this. Grahams finds the first. The nano swarms come on out. There's nowhere safe to plant, even if...
Stall.
Drone comes on over. Lean's really worried that they've already managed to get onto site there, not faked out by the drone. Oh, and look at that, the relay bolt, and the overdrive gets shut down immediately. Grahams and Lean, what a combo for the ages. Toy manages to find one, but look, it's immediately traded. A switch up here is you've got in towards garage, you've sent Rescue again as that solo player to try find an opening pick, and you've got an avenue in towards sewers there with Toy. But the issue is that that entire premise, that entire flank gets shut on down, so all your eggs are forced into the A basket. It's getting the recon bolt ready. Can hear the drone coming on over. It's going to try duck underneath this to not be spotted. Hunter's Fury comes on out to try clear them the space, but Jolina's getting the job done. They just have to peel back, but here it is. The lockdown can go down immediately, and it can stop them planting. Now they've got to figure it out. They want to plant it anyway. This is a really risky move because look where Lateo is ready to punish as they exit. They're not going to have any ability to hold on to this, and they don't clear their corners. Lateo finds the first. Here's the second. Paranoia is going to be invested into this one. turns back, still has to deal with this fight with Toy, and whilst the attention's being held there, this allows for Fluxy to wrap all the way back around side. There goes on in. Grams needs to find the pick, finds the first, knows where the last players were. Toy, being this Cypher fight that they were desperately trying to keep at bay, halves it, so worried about the stick, through the corner. Alas, not quite. And there we go, back in towards Garage. They're stacking 2 players. They know the rescue's here. Oh, not quite able to take down Sarah. The paranoia to try clear this one out. And the Hunter's Fury from afar is going to finalize the kill on Sarah. And now they know that Garage should be empty.
Hey, up, Garage.
It's going to be a little bit of a problem. Oh, look at this. They plant out in the open because they're not going through to see. 20 seconds as well, and that's going to be time. Smoke comes on out to try to deter these players coming from A. No clue that Jalena's here, though. But that's the issue, is with the remaining player on site taken down. Yeah, you can take down Lateo if you want. Still just following him on through, seeing how many you can find. Lining up 3 there. And now it comes down to just Lean. The fast lanes comes on out. The slide to the right-hand side. Peeks on out. But Lean... They force them back with the shock dart. Successfully done so. And unfortunately, Lean... It's going to be a difficult fight, because even with the ability to retreat and with the speed, runs forward into the fight, decides to... But... backing away, and look at this positioning. Twisted Minds, Orchids, they've been no strangers to getting a little bit aggressive with this. Shoulder spotted, Spike gets dropped, Tripwire breaks, relay bolt goes on in, but look at this. Sarah's just there, able to put on down a Snakebite. She's not going to be going down anytime soon. And now they've got to try recover this fight. They've got to try get somewhere with it. Sarah pushes on further. And Jolena, she's just going to get pounced upon from all sides here.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, right? When you're getting pinched like that from 4 of them.
To feel comfortable in really pushing them in a lot of these situations. Oh, this is super aggressive. And Lean manages to find 2. Lean finds 2 from where? Plucks them from the heavens. Jolena will trade, runs forward, but there's 3 of them.
Against 4. Beautiful plays from Garage there.
Oh, Fluxy has clocked this and is desperately trying to get out of dodge. The issue is going to be, no matter where you go, they'll find you. But there it is, the late stab in the back. But it is, again, short-lived. And it's a nice sequence from Toy there, right? It's a nice sequence. It's a nice flank.
From the team, especially SK, like we said. But to ask them to do that every round is tough.
Oh, there is the relay bolt. Sarah peeks on in. It is instantly traded there. Grahams, we talked about this individually. Amazing. And there it is, the overdrive to come on through. It's the step up that they needed. They're on site. The rotate's so far away. Lateo going to use the ultimate to get across. But the issue is, with an operator in hand, Rescue can just hold off Lateo here. Oh, being spotted on the jump. Oh, Ness peeks into the op, takes the fight and wins it with a single bullet. And now these players on site's a little bit claustrophobic. Jelena peeks on out with the judge. Now Ness needs to find both. Liza to shut it off. Garage from Graham's that has your name written on it is actually going to go back and check. And there it is, gun spotted. 2 players drawn away. She finds both of them. And now Jelena is there to trade, but now knows that reinforcements are slightly further away than initially anticipated. Then the smoke goes out. It's just enough time to really make this stall hurt. Sarah wanting to isolate the fight. The relay bolt comes on through. She's stunned on up, but Jelena also faces a bit of a concuss there. First fight, second fight, Lean gets...
They can hit their shots. I mean, they all are so good at it. Ooh, spotted, just kind of spotted Rescue right there.
Ooh. Again, and we said this, they've been really good at shutting Rescue down early rounds, and it's caused them a lot of problems. The issue is as well, you want to be taking Sarah down early. She's just been unstoppable. Sarah actually might get caught out here by Liza. We talked about it, the right click. It's just going to be 3 left clicks to the head, gets it done. Lean finds 2 immediately, though. Swings on in. Jelena with the shorties, good for 1, but unfortunately...
On there. And to set up to stop this. I think also a map like Haven, we're going to see a lot of retakes coming in, right? It's going to be so important. Ooh, through the smoke.
I was going to say, if you're Liza, I'm calling for a PC to to push out, try find another angle, make this retake a little bit more dimensional. Jelena swings on out. Jelena's going to find two with Lateo going down as well. Actually, they just clean up. Labored here for Twisted Minds.
But they are going to get it down. And when you have someone like Lean and Ness who can play off of that, doesn't matter if you're in a rough position because you're able to get that numbers advantage pretty quickly. Good positioning as well, waiting for that push from Jelena.
Oh, Fluxy. There's nowhere to run, there's nowhere really to hide. You can see them already wrapping, and I think Ness is going to have a little bit of a look in garage as well. It's and the B side, it's difficult because you have both sides. You've got mid to worry about, you've got garage. Gun that's been spotted. All comes up, cages go out on both sides, and Toyo wanting to fight for this as well. Locks onto the first, but Lateo just about scared that they might get wrapped, that every corner you're seeing a little bit of a look back here. Slide goes on forward, Lateo peeks on out. We've already established, doesn't need help to get this done. Liza with two, we've seen heroics from her already. Recon dart to go on out, stalling with the nano swarm. Flashes to try stop them as they go on through. Tap, but they can't hold it. Liza isolates the first, but now just doesn't have time. And Grahams knows this, just dancing with the angle. There it is, the peak on off, but might actually have time. It's going to be close. Players in garage, rescue ready to peak with the flash here. What goes on out, swings on out, fully blind. Ness still gets the pick, trained on the angle. All she had to do was press the trigger. Alina still here, ready in case they try and follow up. They're just going to back away for a second. She wants to have a bit of a look, though. Lean, looking the wrong way, trying to deal with the recon bot.
Of that Owen ult to just sort of...
That's a deep smoke.
The other team worried. A very deep smoke. Because look, now SK have to worry about that, but what they don't have to worry about is a site push if you have Jolena sitting there. That trade's going to come out, but those early picks as well. All down to Fluxy right now. Looking to isolate. Oh,
really needed to punish the full teleport there. And this is an issue because Mateo's really pushed on in here. And yeah. Set up the situation to make it as impossible as you can. Oh, look at that. That's an amazing relay bolt. And look, so much damage coming on through. They don't really want to peek it, so they're sending in the shock darts. And they've chipped away a fair bit of damage here.
I really like that. I loved everything about that. I know I've been saying that. Unfortunately, you don't have the guns, though, to really be able to finish those kills, and that's unfortunate. Good opening picks here from Lean. Not quite opening picks, but definitely getting on to site here. And now all down to rescue. Just the sheriff in hand, but we've been 3Ks with the sheriff.
We have...
Not quite doing what you need it to be doing, unfortunately. So yeah, round is going to Twisted Mind. One away from match point. Trades coming out though here.
Yeah, true.
A player like Lean. But this
the
this lockdown. Good use the Hunter's flirt.
Initially whilst that lockdown's still going, so it's a good counter, but they're at a player disadvantage here. Make that 2. Lean with another immaculate pick, lines up more, and now Jelena does have an op and a clear line of sight, but the issue is Ness round the corner. I actually go hunting for this, and Jolena, that is a long scope. It's going to give her away. Does manage to zero. It doesn't matter because they're not going to be pushing the issue just yet. Oh, clean shot. Oh, the crossfire with Fluxy if they do try escape the scope. But look at this though. Oh, lovely push from Rescue is going to keep them trapped here. Flash on out into mid is going to catch Sarah. Ness will punish, but at a two-player disadvantage. Recon Bolt's going to spot out Grahams. And now has to choose the fight. Fluxy or push on in towards Liza. Actually ends up having to take both fights. The Classic doing all of the work there. Jelena manages to get these back into position. And there's not much time to work with. In fact, there's no time here to plant. So it's just about who you can take down with you. The run away, they're just getting Lateo's ult online and available. Fluxy caught out by the recon bolt, gonna deal with the into the shadows as well, but unfortunately Graham's uses that as the opportunity, and the Viper's pick comes on out, and suddenly this goes from bad to worse. Luckily Jolina finds that flank from Lateo, and Liza steps up when needed, finds the planter as well. Now it's just Sarah 1 versus 2 in her own Viper's pit, and there it is. Comes on out. That's not going to be respected immediately. The fast lanes comes on.
Oh.
Graham's tucked on in. Almost good for 2, and that could have been everything. The fact that Lean and the overdrive get shut down, but it is still a 3 versus 3. That spike's going to go on down. But look at this position from Rescue just as the smoke fades as well. Knows that nobody was on there, and given the timing, knows somebody has to be in that back left corner, and you can see Rescue really looking for it. Knows somebody's there. Lateo's gonna have to be careful. Ness swings on out. There is a trade in the player department, but Ness finds one more. 2 versus 1, and Ness